Have you ever noticed how some people hold a quiet kind of power? They don't raise their voice. They don't rush to defend themselves. They simply step back. And suddenly the atmosphere around them shifts. People lean in. They start to wonder, to feel, to respect. Now imagine if you practice this same quiet strength, choosing silence over reaction, retreat over confrontation. What would happen? That's exactly where this journey begins. When you stop rushing to be everywhere emotionally and physically, when you learn to pause, the world around you becomes unsettled because many depend on your reactions, your emotions, your availability, your predictability to guide their own behavior. But the moment you decide to pull away, to be less reachable, everything changes. Suddenly, those who thought they understood you realize they barely know you at all. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "Invisible threads are the strongest ties." Think about this. When you become less accessible, who truly struggles? Who becomes frustrated or tries harder to get your attention? Their reactions reveal more about them than they do about you. It shows just how much your availability has been shaping their world without your consent. We often give ourselves away to keep peace, to avoid conflict, to hold on to people who may never have truly been there for us. With every forced smile, every rushed reply, every emotional surrender, we drain our inner well. And by the end of the day, what remains? Exhaustion. A hollow feeling that's hard to explain. That's because we're pouring our energy into those who don't deserve even a moment of it. This message isn't about shutting the world out. It's about embracing yourself, about becoming what the philosopher Carl Jung called individuated, whole, genuine, free. And that transformation starts when you understand that sometimes silence is louder than words. That withdrawal, when done consciously and not out of fear, is a radical act of self-respect. So I ask you now, looking inward, how long will you allow your emotions to be puppeteered by others? How long will you let every provocation pull you into the noise? Maybe it's time to cut those strings, to step back, to become an enigma, because when you stop being endlessly available, the world has no choice but to pay attention. Since childhood, society teaches us that being available, responsive, agreeable, is the path to acceptance and love. But here's a truth many don't tell you. Endless availability isn't a virtue, it's a trap. And as long as you believe you must always be on call for others, you'll be used, depleted, and forgotten as soon as you're no longer convenient. Why? Because being constantly reachable makes you predictable, and predictability is the blueprint for being used. People treat you like an emotional lifeline. They tap you when they need comfort, distraction, approval, then leave you aside. But you don't notice this because you're caught in the illusion that your constant presence will one day bring someone back to be present for you. It rarely does. Jung talked about the persona, the mask we wear to be accepted and loved. This mask drives our over-availability. We say yes when we want to say no. We respond immediately even when we need rest. We justify and explain as if we owe the world an explanation. But here's the irony. The more you play the supporting role in others' stories, the more you lose your own lead. Being always available is a quiet self-abandonment. It's a hidden plea for approval, a shield against rejection, a way to control how others see us. But this control steals your peace. It drains your limited energy, a precious resource you must protect fiercely. The people who demand your constant attention don't truly want you. They want what you give them: validation, company, an emotional crutch. But the moment you change the rules, set boundaries, say, "Not now," those same people get upset. They call you distant, cold, or even selfish. It's not because you changed. It's because you stopped being their tool. Here's a painful truth. The more available you are, the less you're valued. What's abundant loses its worth. Nobody respects what they don't have to work for. No one cherishes what's always handed over freely. So stop for a moment and ask yourself, who truly deserves your time? Who is worthy of your attention, your energy, your presence? And who would benefit from your absence? Before answering, consider why you react so quickly in the first place. Why do you feel compelled to respond, to explain, to please? The answer lies in something Jung called psychic energy, the inner force that powers your mind and soul. Every thought, every emotion, every reaction consumes this energy. The question is, are you directing your energy consciously, or is the world draining it from you bit by bit? Every impulsive reply is energy wasted. Every pointless argument, every apology when you don't need to give one, every emotional rescue mission for someone who doesn't care, it all diminishes your strength. And Jung reminds us that which you resist persists. The more you react, the more you are chained to the very thing you want to escape. People who live emotionally drained aren't weak. They're overwhelmed and misdirected, and What happens when you're worn out? You become vulnerable. Those who seek to manipulate or control can sense vulnerability like a scent in the air. They see when you don't guard your energy, when you react too quickly, when you try too hard to fix everything, and they take advantage. Jung believed a healthy mind knows how to contain its energy. It can say no without guilt. It can stay silent without fear. It can observe before acting. Because true power isn't in constant reaction. It's in mindful choice. And that choice only comes when you truly know yourself. When you recognize your impulses and decide which ones deserve your energy. How many sleepless nights have you lost to worries that never deserved your attention? How many times have you been pulled into storms that left you battered and empty? It's time to reclaim your power. To become the calm in the chaos. To be less available. Not as a punishment to others, but as a gift to yourself. If this message resonates with you, hit that subscribe button and join us on this path of inner strength and wisdom. Your journey to self-mastery starts with a single step, the decision to protect your energy and choose your battles wisely.